which graph best represents a line with an undefined slope? Okay. And this is the way the question will be set up. They'll give you like 4 graphs, and you need to look over all of the graphs. First, start with what you know, okay? The things I told you to remember. So you want to look at this one and say, okay, that's going up, like the roller coaster, so that's positive. So it's not that one, okay? It's not that one. This one is like the floor or driving a car, that's 0. It's not that. Okay, this one is a line going down. And then what you need to think about is a line, an imaginary line being on the other side and connected at the bottom for a U. And that'll let you know, okay, this is my answer. This is undefined slope. And just check your question again. Which graph best represents a line with a undefined slope? It should be with an undefined slope. Okay? So this would be your answer. C would be your answer. So C would be your answer. Okay? Okay, so here's another problem. I'm sorry, this is problem 7. It says, which graph best represents a line with a positive slope? So what you do is you look over all of the slopes to see what you know. Positive slope was the one that goes up, like a roller coaster, to the right. So this one is going up to the right, so that makes it positive slope. So your answer would be A. A is your answer. Okay? So this is your positive slope. Okay, for number 8, which line has a slope of -2? Okay, all of these problems are in standard form. And in order to be able to find the slope, you need to put it into y equals mx plus b. So you're going to have to go through each equation to try to figure out which one is going to give you a negative slope. Okay, I'm going to work out all of them. So first you have f. X minus 2y is equal to 0. Now, for a lot of people, this x will throw them off. It's a 1 in front of it. You have to understand it's a 1 in front of it. Put it in front of it so you don't get confused. Okay? So now we need to put it into this form. So the x is on this side. On the left side, we need it on the right side. So what we do to move it past the equal, we do the opposite. So that's a positive 1x. Do a negative 1x on this side and a negative 1x on this side. Okay? This cancels out. I'm going to bring down my negative 2y is equal to negative 1x plus 0. The next thing I need to do is get y by itself just like it's here. I have a negative 2 here, so I need to divide this by negative 2, divide everything over here by negative 2. Okay. So negative 2 divided by negative 2 is going to be my 1. So y is equal to, and a negative over negative, so it'll be 1/2 x, and that's plus 0, which you just don't have to write. Okay, so we know that this represents slope, and that's not a negative 2. They want to know a slope of negative 2, and this is a slope of 1/2. So the first equation, the first answer, F, is wrong. So now I can mark through F. Now I'm going to go to letter G and see if that's the answer. They want to know if it has a slope of -2. It's in standard form, and I need it in slope-intercept form. So I subtract 3x from this side, subtract 3x from this side. Okay, this crosses out. Bring down my 6y, bring down my equal. I pull this to the front, negative 3x, plus 2, because there's no sign in front of that. Now I still want to get it into y equals mx plus b form, so I divide by 6 on this side, divide by 6 on this side. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So divide by 6, divide by 6, divide by 6. Y is equal to, stop right here. This is the problem that gets a lot of people, because they think every time they see 3 and 6, they think of the number 2. But what you need to do is you need to reduce this. How many 3's do I have in 6? Okay? So 3 goes into itself 1 time, 3 goes into that 2 times. Okay? X. Same thing here. 2 goes into itself 1 time. 2 goes into 6 3 times. Okay? So this has a slope of what? Negative 1/2. For some people, this will throw them off because they'll think of the 6 being, that the 3 is being divided into the 6. Okay? So this is your slope. So now I know, okay, G is not my answer. Okay? I'm going to the next letter. Now I'm on letter H. It's in standard form. I want it in slope-intercept form. So So what I'm going to do is subtract the 4x from this side, subtract it from this side. And you don't line this underneath this because these are not things that you can put together. Okay? That crosses out. I bring down my 2y. I bring down my equal. I bring the negative 4x forward and plus 3 because there's nothing in front of the 3, it's a positive. So now I want to get the y by itself. In order to get the y by itself, I need to divide by 2 on this side. Whatever I do to this side, I have to do to the other side. Divide by 2. Okay? So now 2 divides into 2, 1. So I end up just with y. You can put a 1 in front of it if you need to, okay? It would still be the same if it's 1y or y. Bring down my equal sign. So negative 4 divided by 2 is what? Negative 2. Bring down my x. 3 over 2 cannot reduce. If you have your calculator, you can put this in under the math function and hit enter, enter, and you'll see that it will not be able to reduce, okay? So the answer for this is that the slope is negative 2. Go back to the question. Which line has a slope of negative 2? This has a line of negative 2. So that means that H is my answer, okay? So now you might want to practice some of these. Just make up some numbers and go through them, and then check with your teacher and see if you have the right answer. Look at the question, see what they're asking you. Which line has a slope of negative 2? Don't just look instantly at the answers. Read the question first. Take the time to find out what they're actually asking you for. Because they may not say which has a slope of this, but they may say which one has a y-intercept. Okay? All right, thank you.